Now let's move on to EBS, that's Elastic Block Store. The storage that works directly with EC2 instances. When you launch an EC2 instance, you attach a root EBS volume. That's where your operating system and data live. EBS is block level storage, meaning it stores data in chunks or blocks, just like a hard disk in your laptop. The key features of EBS are, the first one is persistent. Your data stays even after you stop your EC2 instance. Second is can detach or attach volumes between instances. The third is encrypted by default for security. The fourth is snapshot for backups. You can create point in time backups stored in S3. For example, if you stop your instance, your EBS volume remains safe. You can attach it to another instance anytime. AWS provides different EBS volume types optimized for performance or cost. The first one is GB3, General Purpose SSD. It's a balanced price and performance. It's a default one. The second one is IO2, Provision IOPS SSD for databases and high performance apps. The third is ST1, Throughput Optimized HDD for big data or logs. The fourth is SC1, that's Cold HDD for rarely accessed data, lowest cost.
We will see the simple EBS hands-on. Don't worry, if you are beginner, you will everything step by step, clearly and practically. Step 1, create an EC2 instance. Step 2, create and attach an 10 GB EBS volume. Then mount it. Take a snapshot for safety. Resize it from 10 GB to 15 GB. Extend the file system on the instance. Now let's see the hands-on. First, go to AWS console and select EC2. Click launch instance. Then click the instance name and give the instance name and OS, select OS. I choose Ubuntu. Then go to AMI. That's I am using Ubuntu server 24.04. Then instant type is T2 micro. Keeper, I'm going to choose the existing one, that is demo. If you want to create the new keeper, you can create. Then VPC is default one. Then security group, I'm going to select the existing one. If you want to create a new security group, you can create. That launch wizard 6 is my existing one. Then the configure storage is default, that is I let it be default, that 8 GB 3. The number of instances one, give launch instance, the instance is created successfully. Then go to instances and see the status, it's running. My instance name is EBS demo. So I go to change the status, which is running. It will only show the running instance. Next, I click the that EC2 instance, that EBS demo. We can see the details. That's everything, public IP, then instance ID, everything we can see. Then if you click the storage, you can see the volumes. That defaultly 8 GB, that disk storage disk has been attached to the EBS volume. This is a root volume. Uh, then we need to note down the availability zone, that is AP South 1P. The same availability zone we need to create the volumes. That's an important one. Next, I'm going to the volume. For the clarification, I will give the volume name. This is the root volume. So I edit the name as root volume. For creating new volume, you need to click the create volume, which is present in the right side. Then give the size of the volume. Then we need to choose the availability zone. Already I ask you to note it down the availability zone, that is AP South 1P. For verification purpose, I again go to the instance and check the availability zone. Once again, here the availability zone is AP South 1P. So the same availability zone we need to choose here. Then everything is okay. Then click create volume. Next, if you refresh, you can see the newly created volume. For the I give the name as new volume. Click OK. If you see the size of the volume is 10 GB, the volume state is available, then status is OK. Now the size of the volume is 10 GB, which is newly created. I'm going to attach the volume to the EC2 instance. Our EC2 instance ID is this one. For verification, I again go to the instance and check the instance ID once again. That end with 2A, this also 2A. So it's OK. Now click the next. That is device name is dev/sdf. Then attach volume. Now the volume has been successfully attached to the EC2 instance. Next, go to EC2 instance. Next, connect the EC2 instance using SSH, which is I want to check the size of the disk and everything. So for that I open the Mobus term, then click SSH. Here copy the public IP and paste in the remote host, and the specified username is Ubuntu. Then type Ubuntu in the specified username. Then click Advanced SSH setting. Use private key. Browse the private key, that's demo.pm, which is available in my system. I browse it and click OK. Then accept. Now my EC2 instance is connected. Then press Ctrl plus L. It's used to clear the window. Next lsblk command, which is used to show the root disk space and newly created disk space. The SVDA is a root disk space and SVDF is a newly created disk space. Next, we will check the file system size using the df-h command. But here it's still that's dev/root. It still use the 7 GB, that's root disk space, that 8 GB has been used by this file system size. So the root volume, that's newly created volume, has been extended automatically, but the file system size is not extended automatically. So we manually extend the size of the file system. So first we have to create the file system. For that we need to use the command sudo mkfs-t ext4 dev/svdf. Now the file system has been created. Then we have to create the mount directory, that is sudo mkdir/data. The data directory has been created. Then mount the volume using sudo mount command. Then check the disk file system size using df-h command. Now you can see the extended file system size in the dev/svdf, that 9.8 GB. It's approximately 10 GB. This is a temporary mount. I want to make the mount as permanent. For that, I need to edit the fstub file. Then open the nano file and add the /dev/svdf live at the end of the line. Then save Control plus O plus enter, save, then Control plus X, exit the file. To check the error, sudo mount -a. There is no error. Next, I will extend the volume from 10 GB to 15 GB. Before proceeding the process, I need to take the snapshot for safety purpose. So for resource type is volume. If you choose volume, it listed the volume ID. If you choose instant, it listed the instance ID. Now I want to take the snapshot in the volume. So I will select volume, then select the newly created volume disk. Then snapshot details is snapshot before resizing. Then click create snapshot. Now the snapshot is created. I am naming the snapshot as name snapshot. Click OK. Now the newly created disk space, that is 10 GB disk space, has been successfully backup using the snapshot. You can see the volume size is 10 GB. Next, I will go to the volume page and select the new volume. Now I am going to extend the volume size from 10 GB to 15 GB. For that, I need to choose modify volume. Then here the size is originally 10 GB. I am going to extend it up to 15 GB. Then click modify. Now the volume size has been increased from 10 GB to 15 GB. Once you refresh, you can see the newly extended volume size. Next, go to the terminal and check the disk space. Previously, the disk space has been 10 GB. For the newly created disk space is 10 GB. Now we have to extend the disk space up to 15 GB. For that, I use the command lsblk. Before that, I clear the terminal and give the command lsblk. It shows the SVDF is now 15 GB. So now the newly created disk space has been extended from 10 GB to 15 GB. Now if we check the file system size, it still shows 9.8 GB. It not extended up to 15 GB. So I need to resize the file system. So I have to use the command sudo resize. Now the file system has been resized. Now check the file system size by tf-h. Now it's shown 15 GB. Slash down slash svdf is 15 GB. Previously is 9.8 GB. That's approximately 10 GB. So the file system size has been extended from 10 GB to 15 GB. Now if we check the disk size, it's also 15 GB. To sum it up the process, first we have create the EC2 instance, then create the volume, then attach the volume to the EC2 instance. Then before, for safety purpose, we take snapshot for the newly created volume, then extend the size from 10 GB to 15 GB. Next, open the terminal and check the disk space and extended file system size. The file system does not grow automatically. For that, we need to extend the file using the command. So the hands-on is successfully completed. Once the process has been completed, we need to delete everything. So once you delete the instance, for a cost saving purpose, we need to delete the instance and everything. So first I'm going to delete the EC2 instance, EBS demo. Once you delete the instance, it's automatically deleted that root volume, that 8 GB root volume also has been deleted automatically. Then you need to delete the snapshot and newly created volume.